Hello, everybody, and welcome to the O.V.G.C podcast, episode 30. I am your host, as usual, Soulzane, and with me regularly is up at the very top above my box is
My name is Jeff.
this Jeff. Welcome back, Jeff. And then joining us this month for this big chock-a-block full of everything month is our regular loreologist.
I go by
Greetings,
Professor Silent Owl now.
Got it.
Loreologist.
Hardcore. Welcome everybody who's in the chat. I see we have a lot of people in today, which is really awesome. I think it's really awesome that we have so many people because we have so many games to get through. We have a lot to talk about. I'm not sure which game we're gonna kick it off with yet this time, unless somebody has something they want to do. We got Half-Life 2, we got Megaman 0 from the month, and we have Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic as our last quarterly game. And on a side note, this is the podcast's 2-year anniversary today.
Wow.
Well, for this show anyways, not today specifically, but you know. So we've done it. 2 years of shows, everybody. About.
Dang.
So
Go us.
we did it. Look at us go. We're just a bunch of
That's a long time to be talking.
crazy kids playing video games. So I guess since Half-Life 2 just popped up first, I guess we'll just stick with Half-Life 2 as our first one here. So all right. So I did get to play through and beat this game. It was my first time ever actually playing through it all the way. I played it a little bit prior to this on the orange box on the 360 a while ago. This game barely makes like the cusp of our classic as well as our 7th gen game stuff because it kind of when it came out and what platforms it was then ported to. Sean, did you play through Half-Life 2 at all before? I know you didn't play it recently, but
I have only played Half-Life.
oh,
I have not played Half-Life 2.
Oh, that's okay.
Oh.
That's okay. Have you ever watched or done much with Half-Life 2 at all?
No, I've just heard of it be compared to many games. Like this plays like Half-Life 2, but I have never played Half-Life 2.
Wow. You've played like Portal and Left 4 Dead, right?
Yep, I played Portal, Left 4 Dead, basically everything else on the orange box.
Okay. So TF2, Portal, Left 4 Dead, Valve has used the exact same game engine for like all those games, and like
Maybe.
how you play them all feel the same. Super fast, super quick, responsive. Enemies turn into ragdolls like after a minute. In a lot of that stuff, except for Left 4 Dead, where they just kind of like fade away into the ground or whatever. But I just finally got to play through it for the first time ever, through it completely to the first time ever. I did not know anything about the Half-Life series, and there's a lot of Half-Life stuff out there. And Jeff, I know you mentioned before I continue to wax, Jeff, did you end up getting a chance to try it out at all?
I didn't. I mean, I have played through about half the game, a couple times in the past, but I didn't get to play it like this go around.
Okay. No worries. At least you've tasted it.
Oh yeah.
So you play as Gordon Freeman, who is essentially like at the end of Half-Life 1 turned into like a man who needs to go on a mission. Like at the end of Half-Life 1 you either get the choice to like go back to the world and like fight a bunch of horde of monsters and die, or essentially they kind of like what it seems like is they pick up Gordon from where he's at and then just kind of put him in places where he's needed after that. It's kind of what it feels like. And I feel like they kind of like he's like a toy soldier in a box that they need when he's ready, and they don't know where he goes. Like they're like, where's Gordon Freeman? Where is he at? And he just shows up out of nowhere, comes in, destroys everything, saves the day, and then he's just gone again at the end of it. Like they just the G-Man shows up, kidnaps him, he's gone. That's pretty much it. That's just kind of how it works. And I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. I like the concept of the character that Gordon can just kind of be anywhere if they want him to. Um, uh, I don't know what happens after Half-Life 2 and there's episode 1 and episode 2, which I think in one of those you play as Gordon as well again, and I don't know what the story is. I didn't really look into it. But I kind of really like how Half-Life 2 ends as a you showed up, you did your job, now you're gone again. See ya, like that kind of I thought was really cool. In this like futuristic post like human enslavement world stuff was kind of neat. um and this is when they introduced the gravity gun, so you can do a whole bunch of like messy with stuff with physics. And they also first created this new engine with Half-Life 2 where they really like worked really well on the face physics, so like everybody has like really expressive emotions and how they look and talk and stuff is really kind of cool. So you might see a little bit of that with Alex here in this video, and if he goes near her face or anything like that. But really fast paced, really fun. It was a really solid title to play. I've definitely played some like snooze fest shooters that have kind of that I'm just kind of like, okay, I can't wait till I get through this. And I won't say Half-Life didn't have or Half-Life 2 didn't have some of those things going on for it. There were times where I was just like, okay, I want to get through this segment, but I also think a lot of that was just me kind of wanting to finish it and be done with it, rather than immerse myself as much as I'd like to. But there were definitely times where I got really into it and really immersed with some of the world stuff, like the head crab zombies and like how that kind of came to be, and how people were just kind of was basically an alien infection that just kind of started, other things like that. And the world's just kind of like blended with other worlds now, and a lot of that stems from the Black Mesa incident from the first game.
Mhm.
Um, other than that, I guess I don't really have like a ton I can really divulge into without getting some general questions, I guess, unless you got something else. Unless you guys have anything you want to throw in at all about it. Um, otherwise, I can talk a little bit more.
I I guess I haven't played it, but I've from what's from it being talked about, I know it comes up a lot about one of the scariest levels in gaming is there's a town in this game that has head crabs.
Yeah, yeah, Ravenholm. We don't go to
Great.
Ravenholm, is what they say.
Yes.
Yeah, it's pretty creepy. They really good job atmospheric wise. They did a good job with it. It made me feel like I was kind of in a Left 4 Dead scenario. Um, there's there are kind of some like old things that I didn't like about it, like the weapon switching.
Mhm.
Was I did not like. I don't like hitting keys and then rotating and then moving my mouse, or moving my mouse to change, like rotating my mouse wheel, I mean, to change weapons and stuff. I would sometimes hit keys on accident that would mess with stuff, and then there's like a quick swap key. So I mean, like there's a lot of stuff that helps, but I just don't like how the weapon swapping functions. I wish there was more of a weapon wheel. Like these some days now you see games where there's a wheel on the screen and you can pick a weapon in a radius. If this game had that, it would have made weapon swapping a lot more functional. And I think that would have been more enjoyable to me.
It, is the weapons swapping the numbers on the keypad?
It's the numbers, but like there's two weapons per slot in some of them, and you have to push it twice to get to each weapon to like scroll down from one to the second one. Or you can scroll the mouse wheel to go through all the weapons, or you can hit one of the keys to swap to a previous weapon that you were just holding. um so it's a little archaic with that, which is fine because I do prefer like the radial choice option. But otherwise that's kind of like my only real complaint. um there are times where I did feel like I was getting lost, or I didn't know which direction to go. And that's, whatever. That's fair. That's video games. There's like, I don't think it would benefit from having a little pointer telling me where to go. Like, I don't.
The golden path.
Yeah, exactly. I've never liked that in stuff, so I'm glad it doesn't have that. But there's also a lot of exploration. There's a lot of stuff you can miss. There's like little inside jokes. There's like things going on where the characters have like dialogue with each other when you're around, or different stuff you can do that kind of triggers different dialogue. There's stuff like that. Um,
Mhm.
uh, Really neat sci-fi story. It's kind of feels like it kind of feels like scientific farmers versus this big giant alien entity to me. And the reason why I say farmers is mostly just because like everybody's dressed so casually in it, and it just makes me think of like just people being farmers. They're all just like farmers, like because of how her dad looks or whatever, whoever he is. It is just silly to me, kind of just how people are dressed so casually, but uh and then Gordon Freeman's just a massive murder monster.
He's got a pretty high body count by the end of this.
Oh yeah, and he's supposed to be just a scientist.
Just a
Just a
scientist. Yeah.
scientist.
It always impresses me how good this game was for what, 2004?
I believe so. I don't
I
know what the
mean,
year
like
is, but
physics wise, lighting wise,
mhm.
like you were saying about the facial animation, like um I think it holds up a lot better than a lot of other games from its era.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
I do enjoy the kind of like old school PC FPS vibes as far as like you're not always aim down sights like you have to do in like modern FPS, I feel.
Oh yeah. You
Um,
don't swap your
so it's
gun
kind of
sights in front of you. Yeah.
it's not the same like you kind of you point and click. I love the immediacy of it. Um and I'm kind of going just by memory, but I also kind of love how with the Half-Life encounters feel important. Like, oh crap, they've got, two combine soldiers and a heavy gunner. Like I have to kind of plan how I'm gonna navigate this sometimes. Like it's not just Rambo all the time, or it's not just a shooting gallery.
Yeah, that makes sense. I do like that. Like he's setting up turrets because he has a wave of enemies coming at him and stuff in this. And yeah, every encounter can be deadly, which is kind of cool to think about. Um, yeah, look at the enemies knew to throw grenades at those things.
Yep.
You know,
It's so good, especially like again, like for how old this game is. Like it's wild how good it is.
uh-huh. And I do think though, and one thing it kind of while the music cues are really good, if you are like trugging along and like the music picks up, it's like baka 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 da baka, like and you're just like oh, and then it just like ends, total silence.
Mm.
Like it doesn't keep going. That's one thing that I'm just kind of like okay. I'm glad we had that little bit of hype moment going. But then it's just over with. This game came out when Valve first released Steam, I believe, and then they basically made people have to get the Steam client to play Half-Life 2. Uh, if I recall, I believe
Foot in
that's
the door
around the
right
same
there.
time. Yeah, and then it became such a huge hit. Then it was just like Steam's the thing. So that was their thing with that. So but yeah, so Half-Life 2. I don't really have much more to say about it. It's a really good game. Uh there isn't really any reason that you couldn't play it now and go, "Oh, this is so old." You can kind of really feel that it has a lot of modern game stuff is like it's like really on the cusp of modern gaming right now, for
Right.
a game that's 20 years old almost. Or whatever. Lance says, if you liked Half-Life 2, I really recommend Black Mesa. It's a fun remake of Half-Life 1 that's officially endorsed by Valve and utilizes the Half-Life 2 engine and mechanics. Oh, I've heard about that.
I have heard of that one, yeah.
I've heard about that. That'd be cool.
Might be worth giving it a shot.
Yeah, absolutely. I might check out one of the episode 1 or 2s at some point just because I hear they're relatively short. Um, but yeah, so that's Half-Life 2. Half-Life 3 win.
At some point, maybe. Hopefully while we're still alive.
Yeah, hopefully. All right. Next game. Let's touch on Mega Man Zero. How about that? So this was our game of the month.
Yeah.
Um, this got the most engagement I think out of any game we've had on the show so far, or on the
A lot of people played this one.
yeah, a lot of people did. A lot of people beat it too.
Awesome to see.
Tell me, Sean, what you remember of playing through this game when you've gone through Mega Man Zero, because I know you have. Yeah.
Played Mega Man Zero a few times. Recently, I played on the my DS. I have the Mega Man Zero collection, all 4 games on one DS cart, which is quite nice to play because it has a story mode that lets you play through all 4 games.
Really quickly.
I like Zero for the ambition it had in this first one, where instead of having a stage select, I think it's interesting that it had sort of a world that you would sort of explore to get to the next level.
Yeah, yeah, and well, while you didn't really like explore to get to next each level, you could pick a stage, unlock it, and then re-explore it after you've beaten it. Is kind of the method I believe it was going with.
Well, I mean, it let you travel there. You still could use the transceivers to warp to
Oh
areas and
yeah,
have
yeah.
to accept a mission. But instead of you accepting a mission and being warped to that mission zone, you could travel there. And I think that was pretty ambitious because I don't recall any Mega Man game doing that till Zero. All the Mega Man X, it was always select your stage on a stage select and get teleported there.
Hmm. How do you like kind of like the behind the scenes RPG mechanics?
Oh, the
Like where you
you're
leveled
referring
up your
to.
weapons and stuff
Oh,
without
yes.
knowing how much experience you were gaining?
Um, I I liked that, but I more liked the sort of dichotomy we had with the cyber elves and whether or not you're going to use them. They treated them as if these are living creatures and you can sacrifice them to make your character more powerful or revive yourself or give yourself more health. But you are sacrificing these living beings to do that.
Hmm. It did kind of make it sound like, yeah, you were kind of like killing him off, which I thought was kind of strange. I I didn't really like that aspect or idea of it, but it didn't I didn't hate it because they kind of wanted you to think about it, but like the thing is it's a core game mechanic. Like you shouldn't have to feel guilty about using the game's mechanics, you know, like what it offers you.
Yes, but maybe the reason it gave you a higher rank by not using them is because a true hero doesn't do elves
Oh,
or doesn't do drugs.
you don't do elves. Jeff, did you do elves on your playthrough?
Just a little bit.
Oh. It all starts with one elf. The first elf always gets you good. It's the second elf that never just gets you going better. You're always the next elf and the next elf.
Uh,
To answer Amos, yes, there is lore about cyber elves in later games.
Almonds, just so you know.
Um,
He's corrected me in the past. um,
my mistake.
that's okay. Um, I um lore wise, like what's the point of the cyber elves exactly? Do you remember?
They are. I like to think that they are remnants of the Reploids in the past. That they like we have a cyber elf of X. We have a dark elf that I believe might be a remnant of Sigma. And I think these elves are like spirits of the characters before, like, perhaps like Chill Penguin's spirit is a cyber elf
Oh,
from Mega
okay.
Man X.
I gotcha. That makes sense. Yeah, yeah. Because I played through the other Mega Man X game, Zero games. I played through Zero 2 and Zero 3, and then I started Zero 4. Um, I don't know if I'm going to get through Zero 4, but oh my gosh, I didn't know you could cut those stupid electric wires.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And to answer Grendel, Yes, Mega Man and X are separate robots.
Yes. Yes. Um, I don't want to get too far into that discussion. Um, uh, uh, Gameplay wise, combat stuff like that. Jeff, tell me what you thought about it when you went through it, because you went through it on the story mode stuff, correct?
I did. I did the wimp mode.
So you still got to have fun playing around with everything though.
Yes, and there were still quite a few frustrating points with anything to do with like the pits, the stupid moving platform area.
Yeah.
That was still annoying.
Yeah, the one
Uh,
I got stuck on.
I did enjoy. Okay, so Game Boy Advance games almost always get like a little bit of a like I don't want to say a point dock, but like they're a little bit less of an enjoyable experience just because usually your characters are so large in proportion to the rest of the screen. Um,
Okay.
and I would say visibility is still an issue for me in this game.
Yeah.
Uh, it's just man, like your character is so large and the play area is so small that like when you can do the dashes, like I love how the dashing and the movement feels. Um, super quick. I can move wherever I want on the screen fast, but like, holy smokes, you have to be able to respond before, oh, there's a character right on screen about to hit you. Um, so I do feel like if they had like a Super Famicom or like a Super NES version of this game where you had like a lot more real estate,
Yeah.
um, the game would probably be a little bit have a bit more breathing area for me.
Mm-hmm.
Because the movement does feel good. I mean, like even just watching like the dash jumping and then the slashing midair, like the combat is good. I did enjoy that even on story mode. In fact, it kind of made you feel even probably more like a badass because you weren't getting mowed down by
Yeah.
by
Yeah.
every enemy.
Absolutely.
But yeah, like the movement, the combat, I do enjoy the different weapons. Was it like the spear that you could extend? I did enjoy that weapon as well as the sword.
Okay.
The main little pea shooter shot that wasn't my jam most of the game.
Yeah. No, I didn't use it at all for the most part. I mostly just used the sword.
I mean,
Um.
yeah, the Z Saber is the way to go. So's the shield.
Okay. Yeah, I do like the shield too. It was pretty fun. I tried to use everything as best I could, but for the most part, I just got hung up on the Z Saber. And and like you said, I loved the way the combat felt. I think it was very smooth and enjoyable too. So, um,
There was, if I may, there was something that felt a little bit, I don't want to say unfinished, but like, I guess being the first game in this new series, there was a little bit of like, I don't know, I felt like it could have used just a smidge more polish maybe on, I don't know if it's just like the walk cycles and the character movement. I can't put my finger exactly on it, but like there's a couple, I don't want to say janky bits, but things that we were like, this is definitely the first game in the series.
yeah, I do want to touch on that actually because Lance said that you could see. What did he say? I'm going to scroll up through the questions. You can say it's a little rough around the edges, and that they smoothed
Yeah,
it
that's
out in the
that's accurate.
sequels. I agree. They definitely smoothed it out in the sequels. 2 and 3 both feel like their own thing a little bit too. Based almost feel like they took the formula from 1 and made them their own thing. So like 3 didn't really expand on 2, but it expanded on the original. But Lance also says that he likes the detail when you defeat a boss with a sword slash and they get cut in half.
Oh yeah, badass. I
Yeah,
mean, like it doesn't get better than that. And I don't. Did they ended up? I think I saw that they ended up dropping that in the ZX games at least when I played through them.
I didn't check those, but I heard a lot of people didn't like the ZX games as much. I have not
But
tried
like
those yet.
the first time I hit one of the enemy bosses and they just like got bisected, is like, whoa, hold up, bro. Like,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
that's how we're playing
Yeah,
this.
it's
Not
just
not
like
just that, little melted chunks come off them too, like almost like blood, but it's like metal or oil comes
yeah,
off them when you
yeah.
slash them.
Oh yeah,
I'm like, oh, that's so final.
yeah. It's like it's over now. Like, yeah, there's no coming back from this, guys.
It's the best.
I
Yeah. Good feeling.
I will back to that point about the first game being sort of unfinished. Look at those opening cutscenes. It's basically concept art that doesn't necessarily fit the palette of the Game Boy Advance, being kind of moved in front of you like a PowerPoint slide.
Yeah.
It doesn't have like animation to it. It's a still image moving, and
Yeah.
it like when that opening scene, like you're watching the still image of like the fairy going towards
Yeah.
Zero, or like them running, and then you swap back to like the in-game animation of them walking, and the in-game animation looks better than that still image you just saw.
Yeah, it's pretty low quality. um Also, one thing back to the we're talking since we're talking about artwork, Amons mentioned about the sprite size, as well as you did, Jeff. But like he
Oh,
says
okay.
they remind him of DKC, which when I think about that,
Oh God, same problem. Same
yeah,
problem.
big issue. Too. I think that's one thing I never liked too was the sprite sizes, and that's what I never liked about Mega Man X myself. I didn't really care for Mega Man X because of that, and that's one reason why I didn't like Mega Man 7. Was because of how
Mhm.
big the sprites were. And I know they're just doing it because it was big. They had a bigger screen to play with, right? With the
You
Super
want to have more
Nintendo,
detail on your characters.
right? And another thing he mentioned on the side of that was that enemies could just respawn like that, like on the edge of the screen. Like the respawn rate was like super quick. I
Yes.
hated that too. It's prevalent in every single one of these games, and I can't stand it. I walk away just a
Like,
little bit, and I'm just like, ugh, oh, come on. So, but Amons, I think you
like
liked it,
like
right? You
right
liked
here,
the size of the sprites.
they could have added some animation to this portrait. It's just a still image,
Yeah. There's no real like.
and the background's white, so it's like it couldn't have been
that's
transparent.
that's true. It is white. Yeah. Oh well. Um, but yeah, so I mean, like, I have a few small gripes about it, but otherwise, it's a good game. I thought
Oh,
this
yeah.
was actually a really fun fight. The first one, the first one of the big fights that you do, and I really liked this fight. Um, and it kind of really taught me how to play the game and get into it a little bit more. I ended up having to take a day just to get used to it. But once I got used to the method and how Mega Man Zero plays and feels, I got through Mega Man Zero 2 and 3 really fast. And
Okay.
I just kind of really like I felt like I had so much knowledge going into it from my trials from playing the first game that I was just like, "Whoa, these games are actually really easy." And I don't know if I could have done that having if I had not played the first game, which does feel a little more sluggish and challenging compared to the other two, which feel a lot faster and a little easier. But I also understand the gameplay mechanics for like using your charge weapon and hitting enemies with a fully charged attack does more damage and all this stuff like that, and how the splash damage works for the Z Saber. And I I think the first game just has a hard time mixing its RPG elements with the core gameplay stuff from Mega Man X, basically. The dashing, the jumping, like the shooting, the slashing. Like the RPG stuff feels like so tacked on that they didn't refine it to make it so that it was easier to level up those
Fair
weapons.
enough.
Like you should have been able to make it so your sword would level up easy. They should they or just not have done it at all. Just made it earned things that you got as you played, and that would have been much better in my opinion. Um,
Uh, like, story-wise or thematically, it kind of makes sense that Zero doesn't know his abilities.
oh yeah, that's true. That's true. New body, who dis?
That's true. I mean, so what's your theory? Is that a new body, or is that like a new design of his old body? And so we're just supposed to accept that's how he looks all the time.
I'm pretty sure it's a new body because I beat number 3.
Okay.
uh, you have to fight your old body. Big spoiler. Um, it's kind of neat, but it's hard to tell. It's like, is that really true? It's whatever. But um, because like
I think
it's
Freaking
hard to
escort.
say.
some yeah.
I don't want to talk too much about 3 though.
Okay. Not lore thing, but I think something that could fix this game is when it's released on like modern consoles, like you can play it on the Switch, I believe now, is just the controls, being able to customize those. Because if you're playing this game, you're like holding down like 2 or 3 buttons at the same time, like during a boss fight. You're holding down your charge, you're holding down you're hitting your dash and jump at the same time.
Uh-huh.
Like that's 3 buttons at once. And being able to customize where those buttons are at, so you're not like clawing this game.
Yeah. I agree. That was a good thing. I'm glad they made it so you could alter your button layout.
Oh yeah.
Or like I remember having a sub weapon button to either switch to your other weapon or holding that button down to hit it, and having a controller that has more buttons, just put them on a different button.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Before we move away from this too much or get away from this, I want to read a couple more things in the chat. Lance mentions the level designs not being super interesting. I wholeheartedly agree. That was one thing I loved about the original Mega Man games, is they all felt like
Mhm.
all the levels were super good and really, really well done in my opinion. I love those. That's what I
Going
didn't like
back
about
to the
this.
I was gonna say going back to the same 2 or 3 levels, even though you got farther each time, it did kind of feel like, is this I gotta go through the desert again?
Yeah, I hate
Yep.
desert stuff. It's
Yeah,
never interesting to me.
to fight those guardians. You had to go desert, get to the fire guy, I believe, was at the end of the desert.
Yep.
Yeah,
Fefnir or Fef.
uh, underground tunnel, and then like some type of city wasteland.
Uh-huh. Mission
Yeah,
failure requirements too for a few things, like this escort mission, kind of
yeah.
a pain in the butt. And then Seasons mentions that Copy X, or X being the bad guy at the end of this, is like one of those big like what moments. And I was for that. I was like, yeah, all right, that's cool. I love that. That's cool to see. And then but you find out it's not actually X, but then X is still around, but he's like a soul, or however it
Mhm.
works. So
He's probably
um
a cyber elf that you're gonna
right.
use.
Music wise, the game's got a really good soundtrack. I dug it.
Agreed.
I actually really liked the soundtrack for 2 a lot more. There were some things in 2 that I think were really a lot better, but this game had a great soundtrack. Oh yeah, and before I move on too far, CL, the whole time in Mega Man X is Mega Man 0, 1, 2, and 3. They're always super ambiguous about whether or not she's a human or a Reploid. And then in Mega Man X4, they straight up go, she's human. I'm like, I was
Okay.
really just hoping it was kind of hidden information.
You mean Mega Man 04?
Yeah, 04. Sorry, I keep saying X, don't I?
I I don't like 04. I feel like it's not canon.
I feel you. 3 definitely felt definitive when I finished it.
Uh, I felt like 04 went off the rails.
Is that a train joke?
It is.
Because you're on a train in the beginning of it, or you go through a caravan and whatever other stuff. Yeah,
Yes.
got it.
I don't give a caravan.
Followers of the game are much more interesting. This game is much more difficult job of setting up the world. Lance says, "Yeah, it does.
It
I
did.
can see that, but I don't know. There's so many things out there that do good jobs setting up world building without them having to like explain so much or at least give you like something more interesting to work with. I mean, just look at Hollow Knight. They didn't even talk about that world, and it's super interesting just to go through on its own. Um, but anyways, Mega Man 0. That's it for that one. So
Yeah.
all right. Last but not very least is Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, our quarterly game. So I had some trouble with this one.
I heard. I heard.
Um, my I soft locked myself by trying to go for a full dex run and then not really understanding that the game is based around Dungeons and Dragons 3.5. I didn't
Right.
understand that. Once I knew that and understood it and I restarted it, I got it way better. And I started it just a couple days ago. blasted through it. I'm not enjoying it as much as I'd like to because I was trying to like blast through the whole game and try and beat it. I unfortunately did not beat it before the show. I am at the end of the game, the very end of the game. And I've probably got like an hour or two of gameplay left before I'm done. So I was close. I was under the wire. I had 3 months to do it and I chickened out and waited until the last minute. So that's my bad. Um, but Sean, you've played this game a lot, correct?
Yes,
Tell
multiple times.
tell us about your thoughts on KOTOR.
Oh yeah.
KOTOR is amazing, and I wasn't really a D&D person when I played KOTOR, so I did not know that I was secretly being taught third edition D&D.
Yeah. Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, I snuck it in. Now after playing D&D, and replaying KOTOR, I definitely see how much work they had to put into making the world, making characters, and it's like they were this great grand DM that created this little section of Star Wars that anyone can join in without like prior knowledge, and it's a great world, and I'd love to see it come back. I love how the dialogue trees, the ability to you know, have these moments with your party members that kind of feel like um, things that would happen around the D&D table.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. This it full on is 100% the progenitor of the Mass Effect series. Everything in this game is basically used in Mass Effect. Everything. Except for like, you know,
Combat.
yeah, the combat's a little quite a bit different, but
That's kind of what holds this game back too, is its combat.
well, if you think about it though, they did take this combat and used it again in Dragon Age Origins. So they did kind of bring it back a little bit, but it was never like people were like, "Yay, celebrating it" when they did that. But using this combat, the way the game is built though, like the character stories, like your characters on your ship have a story. Let's just like make all these correlations right now. You're on a ship in space. You're the person who can save everything because you are like the best.
Of course.
You get a whole group of people that you can work with and kind of romance a little bit. Then the Mass Effect kind of takes that a little further because it's not Star Wars stuff, so they can kind of do what you want. You have character writing like HK47 where you have a droid that's like just uses the phrase meatbag because it was programmed into him. You know, and so you know he uses it and it sounds funny, and you have characters that do that in Mass Effect too. Like you have goofy weird characters that, you know, just kind of create this like mishmash of people, unlikely heroes that kind of get together, which is kind of cool. And you know, you have there's all the planets you go to, and those planets have missions and lore and information, and it's a lot of information and a lot of lore they give you, and everybody that's important tells you who they are and about themselves. And Mass Effect does the same thing, where you learn about the world through the people, which is really what makes Star Wars feel like such a huge place to go and explore. And it feels like it feels big, but like you're tackling it one individual at a time, and it makes the whole world feel huge just because you know about this person's history and you know about their past. And you can see that stuff kind of fall apart a little bit towards the end, where they shoehorn you into a really small place where you have two characters to talk to, and they each divulge like all of their history all on you at once when you say, "Tell me about yourself." And so you get like a massive lore dump from one guy who you inevitably kill in like 40 minutes. You know.
Nice.
uh
It it does feel like this game is more about the journey than the destination, because the
yeah.
destination will never fulfill its promises of an open world to you, of this open galaxy. It's gonna have to have a certain ending.
Yeah.
But the journey there and your interactions with your crew members, that's kind of like your story till you get to the end.
Yeah, yeah. It makes you thirsty for it though. I tell you what.
I I kind of like want to take the story like of this game and like make it into some sort of D&D module, and like people who've never heard of this game just like, all right, I'm gonna do this D&D module with you. You're gonna do this and this and this, and be like, oh, where'd that great story come from? I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The uh the game for the PC version is way more cleaned up looking than the Xbox one. The Xbox one is not as pretty of an interface. Visually it looks the same though, for the most part. You know, obviously if you have a
Actually,
good PC, it's gonna look prettier, um menuing and stuff on the Xbox is a bit of a trudge, kind of to get through, trying to remember to pause and select abilities versus trying to like thumb through a bunch of stuff just to try and figure stuff out while you're getting your ass wasted is kind of a pain. But you know, it's what they had to work with when you go take a basically a computer RPG and put it on a console, which is one reason why I'll never play Baldur's Gate 3 on PS5 or anything like that. It's just not worth it.
Did you do this playthrough on a OG Xbox?
Yes, yes, I
Nice.
tried to use my PC version but it kept crashing,
Oh,
and I was like, okay, I guess OG Xbox it is. So I got the Game of the Year version for the Xbox, and yeah, I'm playing through it all on the OG Xbox. So I got
dang.
the
I
I
played
even
on,
have the Duke
I played
Oh,
controller.
on my
nice.
cell phone. I did the mobile version.
Oh, really?
Oh, mobile.
Yeah,
Dang.
it actually ran better than my PC. My PC would the skybox would mess it up.
What?
Oh, wow.
Really?
Yeah, so like on Terrace, as soon as I got to the Undercity,
Uh-huh.
the skybox went crazy, lines everywhere,
Oh, wow.
and the game would get sluggish and crash. And this was the
Wow.
Steam version.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
the Steam version was not working for me at all. If I would accidentally click through dialogue too fast, it would just crash immediately. So I had a lot of issues with that. Um,
The Switch version
yeah.
is the mobile version, ported onto the Switch.
Wow. So the
Okay.
mobile version was that reliable that they put it on the Switch?
Yes. So the mobile version's done by a different company.
Okay.
Um, it's the same company that's done the Tomb Raider remakes, the one through
Okay.
six.
Okay.
Yep. The one of the first things they did is they put KOTOR 1 and 2 on mobile.
Wow. Okay. They optimized
Interesting.
it for phones and it made it really optimal for the Switch. Makes sense. I
Yep.
believe
Yep.
Grendel was also playing it on mobile phone too. Um, and he was talking about it. Yeah. Um, it's hard. I don't really like want to spoil it unless you guys don't care. Like I don't mind spoiling some of the.
I wouldn't spoil it if someone's gonna play it because like the story is like the main reason to play.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I don't want to talk about the story too much outside of the beginning of it. Um, but you're on a bridge, you're on a ship, and you wake up, you find out the ship's under attack by Sith, and you grab your gear and you fight your way to an escape pod to land on a planet to go find a Jedi named Bastila, who you need to rescue. She rescues herself, kind of, but you're there, and you then team up with her and then find out that you have like a force connection with her, and then you kind of start to go and discover that you actually are also a Jedi. You might actually have what it takes to be a Jedi and get force powers and all this stuff like that. And so they find out you're really strong with the force, and because you're a special case, they take you. Yeah, so that begins your journey into doing this, and you go find these star maps on all these different place locations that Dark Lord Revan and Darth Malik. I believe Darth Malik is what he's called after or before. Either way, uh, found and unleashed on the world or on the galaxy, and it's basically the Sith are like amassing a massive fleet, and it's up to you to stop them. Revan was killed by Bastila, supposedly. We don't really know much about it, but it's revealed over time through the story what happened to Revan, and uh, yeah, needless to say, this game does such a good job with story beats, with plot hooks and reveals. The reveals are really good. Even when you anticipate a reveal, it feels good when the reveal comes about. And I really think that was that to me is always like a really good sign of good storytelling, is when they feed you a little bit, and then when it does happen, it exceeds your expectations of how the reveal works. And I think that really was awesome to kind of see come through the storyline, albeit with a lot of dialogue in some of those situations, but um it's really fun and a good game to really get into. If you love Mass Effect and you love CRPGs, play this game. I would recommend, though, use some sort of guide to help you build your character, because there's a lot of useless skills and there's a lot of useless abilities and feats and powers for your character that can really dampen your ability to do well in the game. And there's even times where your character has to be solo. So, having a good build up to those points, or knowing what equipment to save for or money to have at certain points when things become available, you can miss stuff too. So just be wary. It's you don't like the game is not forgiving. That's kind of what I mean to say. So yeah, if you want to play through it without having to restart or something like that over and over again, just pick it up and get a guide to help you build your character.
I'll give it to you right now in like 3 simple steps. Max charisma, because you're the only guy who talks.
Yes.
And choose strength for combat. Strength. And finally, make a decision between computer use or repair. You can't do both. One or the other.
Gotcha. Yeah, and you have a starting class that also changes as you grow too. Scoundrel, scout, and soldier, and they each come with their own abilities that they get as you level up, and you don't get to see those that information before you start. So, pick the best class. One is there's stealth too. You can stealth in this game. It's good, but not useful at all. They don't do a good enough job to make it worth its time. It shouldn't even be in the game, in my opinion. It's
Just
way too action combat oriented.
put 1 point in stealth, and that's all you need to do.
yeah, and then you can use the stealth visor thing to go stealth. But like
Exactly.
you're always in situations like what's on screen here, where enemies are just waiting for you and you just got to go at them. That's pretty much it for the most part. Get force stasis guys, and then use your flurry of blows, and you'll blow everybody away. So, but you
Wear
can't
no
even
armor.
use certain abilities as a Jedi unless you have only Jedi robes on. So, which is so annoying. It's like, do I want a high defense, or do I want to make it so I have to apply my defense every turn with other bonuses, right? You have to make a choice. So,
Well, I mean, that's part of the balance. I mean, you can't.
so
You got to
balance
balance.
light and
Yeah.
dark. Is of armor or
Um,
non-armor? I agree. You're right, though. It is part of the balance, and that is kind of what 3.5 Dungeons and Dragons is kind of based on, is that balance too. So, or Dungeons and Dragons in general, I should say.
I do appreciate that you're not the chosen one. You're just someone who happens to speak all the languages in the galaxy, and you got the spark of being a Jedi, but you're not like the super chosen one.
Sure.
You're just a linguist nerd because you studied all the languages.
Yeah. Speaking of languages, everything is voice acted. And in all the Star Wars alien languages. The Hutts speak Huttese, and it's not just gibberish being replayed over and over again. It's legitimately the languages from Star Wars. So, because like if you know certain words or you hear a character's name, they'll pop up in the language. They're like whatever, and then it'll be like Malik, they'll say while they talk, and I'm like, it's all the real language, which is really cool. But everything is voice acted. Um, the music is really good, because it's all orchestrated stuff. Nothing like really stands out too much to me. But it's
Good
good
cutscenes.
background music, better than Half-Life 2. What would you say?
Good cutscenes.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, those are some nice animations. Like occasionally you get a different like flyby shot of your ship.
Hmm.
Those are some good, nice Star Wars animations.
Yeah, I do love the ship. I do love watching the ship fly. Actually, that's one of
I
my
love that ship.
favorites. So the Ebon Hawk is great. Um, really cool stuff. So yes, if you haven't played this game and you've got the time or the interest in Star Wars at all, it's really good. Like, even though I know Disney kind of made it so that the KOTOR universe doesn't exist anymore, uh,
Ooh.
in my opinion, it's still worth the effort to play and ingest the KOTOR stuff. So, all
They
right,
just made it legendary. I mean, I'd rather them not mess with it and now have its own separate universe to exist because
yeah,
now I have this great universe that Disney can't touch.
yeah, that's true. This is my new kitty, by the way.
Hey, new kitty.
This is Ricky. She's adorable. She's a noisemaker though. So that's it for Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic. Really
Yeah.
good game. I'm glad we got it picked. I'm glad I got to finally play through it. It's always been like on my list of games I want to do. Now I'm kind of excited to play the second one, and I will have.
So good.
I won't be on a time limit to play through it. So
But you have to play the Steam version and you have to play with the mods for KOTOR 2.
yeah, okay.
The,
Maybe I'll
the
check it out. I already have it on the OG Xbox, so I might just be playing it on there again.
oh, that's the bad version.
Oh no, it is the bad version.
So KOTOR
Play the
2
bad
was
version.
rushed out and they didn't finish it, and there's actually like a planet or two missing.
What?
And on the Steam version, the modders with official support brought back the missing content.
Wow. Okay. Well, hey, as long as they got the official support of it, that's pretty cool. So, um, all right. So with that, let's dive in. Do we
Time.
want to talk about our? Do we want to pick a quarterly, a classic, or a seventh gen first? What do we want to start at here?
Let's do 7th gen.
We have so much to go through.
I say
Let's
do 7th gen, then quarterly.
let's do it. We'll start at the seventh gen here, and our first game on this list is Catherine. So Das Brat suggested this, and he threw out the full body version, but I don't think he knew that the original one is not called full body. The remake is called full body, and it adds more content to the game. That content, however, did come out during the original Catherine, uh, uh, like when it was
As like
available,
DLC.
yeah, as DLC. Um, but they
Really?
changed the story a bit in Catherine Full Body, so that way it includes it
Yeah.
better. So I don't know personally what the difference is. I played through Catherine a long time ago. It had two different endings at the time. Now I think it's got three endings. I'm not really sure I understand.
Um, because there's a third girl in Full Body.
Right, right. But I'm not sure. I don't know anything about it, and but it does kind of change how things work, right?
Um,
Have you checked? Do you know anything about it? The differences, Silent Owl.
there's some slight differences, and but the main thing is some moving around of cutscenes to make the new Catherine work, and to also give room for the third ending.
Okay, so probably I would say Full Body is probably like their real like vision for it, perhaps then.
It's more like their royal version where Atlas likes to put a game out a year later by adding, for some strange reason, another girl,
Uh huh.
and then additional content near the end, such as Persona 5 Royal, uh, Strange Journey Redux. It's just add a girl and add more content.
Got it.
That's their game plan.
That's the modus operandi. Add a girl, add more content.
It happens all the time with Atlas games.
But yeah, this game's mostly just like a puzzle solver type dealio. It's not bad. You're on a time limit. Solve the puzzle, climb the wall, wake up, wake up. Speaking of waking up, Sleeping Dogs is another game on our list here.
Oh, it's a good one.
So, I don't know anything about it. What do you know about it? You just said that's a good one. Tell me what you think.
I don't like GTA. I know this year is going to be this great GTA year. I don't care. But I will play Sleeping Dogs again because this is a world I'm kind of interested in, and I like, it is kind of like GTA, where you're balancing the life of an undercover cop and committing crimes and getting used to the crime family.
Yeah.
And this game kind of reminds me of, like, we had a Jet Li game called Rise to Honor, like in the PS2 era,
Oh yeah.
that had some cool like martial arts combat. This game's got that kind of combat. I mean, I think it's in Hong Kong, and there's not that many guns around, so times are done with your fist.
Okay. And it's kind of got that bullet time stuff to it too, doesn't it? Or no?
I don't know if it has bullet time. I know it has. I can carjack by jumping out of a car onto a car, which is pretty crazy. Yeah.
All right. Well, you know what else is crazy? Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance.
Oh my goodness, another good one.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. I've always wanted to play this. This is one of my Metal Gear blind spot games that I don't know anything about, and I really want to get into this one. But it's just one of those games I want a good excuse to play it, and I hope we get this one. I hope this one gets selected for that excuse. So
this is the only game that's on my YouTube channel that I started like, I don't know, a decade ago, where I was going to record myself. I recorded myself playing 2 levels of this game.
Perfect. Oh yeah, I remember that. That was a long time ago.
Time to finish it.
Time to go.
I finished this game. I was just like, I don't like listening to myself. I'm gonna stop recording.
No problem. Let's see. Well, Darksiders is next on my list here. So I've always heard about the Darksiders trilogy. I've seen it. It was one of those games everybody was like, it's like Zelda, but not. I don't know what that means. I'm curious what it's like. And I picked this one because I want to check it out. So I want an excuse to play it. Why not make it one of our games of choice?
Yeah, I'd be interested to go through this because of the voice cast. Mark Hamill is in this game.
Oh wow, okay, very good to know. What does he play? A main character or just a side thing or something?
I believe he plays. Well, in the Darksiders, they're all like the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, and I believe he plays one of them.
Okay. I'm curious if this kind of looks more like God of War to me. Like classic.
I was just gonna say it looks like a kind of 2010s beat 'em up kind of thing.
Yeah. So not bad.
Yeah.
Then Infamous for the PS3. Open world game. Apparently it's very popular. I don't know anything about Infamous. It's always been like on my list of games I should check out or wanted to check out. I believe this game kind of came out around the same time as like Prototype and stuff. So in my
I always
opinion,
got those 2 games confused.
this game series kind of popped up in like a time period of everything is going open world, and that's when I started ignoring those types of games. So but I think I've heard that Second Son is more popular than this one, but why not start with the OG? So let's see, speaking of OG, we got No More Heroes. We have Travis Touchdown.
I still need to get this one.
I've never touched a No More Heroes game. I think, aren't they just like a series of missions? I think, right? Somewhat with story stuff.
Yeah.
So,
yep.
I don't know. So yeah, no more
Got
heroes.
another action.
I mean, I
Fighter.
would like to play their latest game, Romeo is a Dead Man. I think it's the same studio that did No More Heroes. So
Okay.
it also be interesting to see where they started from, and then play a game that's more modern to see where they're at now.
Gotcha.
Oh,
Well,
get the
speaking of
animation on this one.
something more modern looking, we have Warioland Shake It. This was picked
Oh,
by our wheel, our
good job, Wheel.
yeah, Robo Wheel. So yeah, this one looks fun. I'd be down to play this. It looks cool.
Have you ever played this one?
I've never played this one. Wario is one of
Oh,
those games I have a hard time like going. I want to play a Wario game, but
I remember them on the Game
gotcha.
Boy Color. I believe I played a few of them on the Game Boy Color.
Yeah, we did end up playing through Wario Land 3 last year,
That was good.
and it was actually really good. So it's kind of given me this kind of hope that most Wario games are relatively decent. Like her pick. The wheel that gave us Mario is missing. Also, it gives us Wario Land Shake It.
It gives and takes away.
And then we have Muramasa, the Demon Blade.
Yeah.
This game was released on the PS Vita with all of its DLC. So you could play through the whole game there too. And now they just announced a remake of this game coming out
Pour
soon.
one out for the Vita.
Yeah. Yeah. But this is a really fun game. It's a really fun. Can you go away, please? Thank you. Sorry. This is a really fun game. I played through the whole thing. I really liked it. The art style is really good. There's some things that are kind of annoying about it, like the travel. Like you're always kind of running from place to place to place and stuff.
Mhm.
It's a good game. It feels good to play. If you haven't checked it out, I would definitely say it's worth it. But I played through it all in the Vita. Um, I would probably give this game a second go if it was on the if I played the Wii version. So, or I might just wait till the sequel. But if we gets picked, we're playing it.
To answer Dasprout, is the Vita worth buying? The Vita is always worth buying, no matter what year it is.
Agreed.
Every year, buy a Vita. Yeah. So that's it. These are our games. Let's go.
Okay.
That was
Spin
it.
the
It's
wheel.
not a big
spin
list
the
for that
wheel.
one, but here we go. Yeah. All right. Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. It
Revengeance.
is.
Yes.
Nanomachines.
Machines. I'm super excited. Oh, this is great. Cool. Can't wait. Beat Kotar tonight? No, maybe tomorrow. I gotta go to the gym still.
You still got a few days.
I know.
If you need tips, go find my YouTube video from over a decade ago, and I explain how to parry.
Perfect. We'll check it out. We'll link it in the description.
Might be like 20 years ago now.
With that, let's go to quarterly then instead for our next one. So, Metal Gear Rising Revenge is our bi-monthly 7th generation game. I'm excited. That's cool. Can't wait for that one. Then we have Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. Kitty, you need to stop clawing my couch. I don't have a lot of games to choose from this one, so this should go pretty quick. So, this game was just recently put on the Nintendo NSO, so everybody should be able to play it pretty easily if you have a Switch.
Don't have to shell out the big bucks anymore.
Right, exactly. So, and Seasons just recently beat it, I think last month. So, it's considered one of the better Fire Emblem games out there. So, speaking of the better games out there, there's Golden Sun, one of the best games on the GBA. It's an RPG that has like some kind of like minutia platforming elements involving psychic powers. Can't go wrong. It's got a direct sequel, so if you beat the first game, you should probably beat the second one.
Yes.
Then it's got a third game that nobody talks about.
Correct.
Speaking of a game that nobody talks about, Final Fantasy IX.
Oh,
Just kidding. It's become more popular lately than ever before. Which has been kind of cool. They just recently released all of these FF games in big collections, so you should be able to play through them all. FF9, and then we also have FF7 on this suggestion
Oh my
list as
goodness.
well. Play the classic, of course, as we always say. Don't play the remake if this gets selected. The classic is different completely, so
Was
sorry.
8 listed too?
What's that? No, nobody's listed
Was
8
listed?
that I remember, but 6 was listed.
Oh yeah.
So
Come
we
on,
have
9.
6
Let's
and
go.
we have 6 and 7 and 9. Yeah, 9 was my first Final Fantasy. So
Can we add tactics?
we already did we played
Okay.
Tactics actually
Sorry.
already. Yeah.
All right.
You can
Well,
still
if,
play
if
it.
he goes if he goes 7, I'll go 7.
And then last on this list is Pokemon Crystal. I think I got everything. I'm pretty sure that was everything everybody suggested. So
I think so.
Pokemon Crystal, Gold, and Silver. So relatively all the same. 6, 7, 6, 7, and 9. And so 6, 7, 69. There we go. We got it.
Just like Valve, I don't count past 2 with Pokemon, so that's where it ends for me.
Second gen, is it?
Second gen, that's it.
Yeah, so there we go. I'm pretty sure that was everything. It was a very short list. I don't think I missed anything. And if anybody wants to remind me.
All right, I'm just gonna hold this for luck. Come on. Come on.
There we go.
Let's go. Go. Let's go. Come on.
Let's go.
Come on.
What is it? What is it? What is it? What is it?
No, no, no.
Oh, is it Path? Is it Path?
Oh my gosh, that was so close. It was almost a Final Fantasy
7.
game.
All right,
We've had so many Final Fantasy games all the time. Fire Emblem Path of Radiance it is. All right, cool.
All right.
I'm down. We're going. Seasons,
Go ahead and
you're just
post
gonna
your,
have to get the
game screenshot.
Yeah, Seasons, you're just gonna have to play the sequel. Darn. There you go. Cool. Fire Emblem Path of Radiance it is. So
is this Fire Emblem game? Is this when they got into the waifu territory, or is it still okay?
The waifu.
That was kind of before that, before it got like
good
major into that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Zach, do an Iron Man version.
Oh, good. Pre-waifu.
It is a little pre-waifu. Probably if you want to play through Path of Radiance with a guide, I wouldn't be against it because there are some weird things you have to do to get characters to join your team.
Okay.
And I'm gonna make the challenge: get all the characters and survive the game with everybody alive.
Path of Radiance is GameCube.
Yes, it's GameCube. And,
yes, that's right.
So, but you can play it on the NSO with rewind features, which is probably how I'm going to play it, even though I have a physical copy of it.
That's true. I got NSO.
Yes, yeah. The NSO version will probably be the best way to do it, just because I can save and quit and whenever I want and do it that way. But yes. So on to our classic monthly suggestions. We have a long list of stuff here this time. We're at the end, guys. We're almost at the end here, but hold on just a little bit because Mischief Makers is back on the list again 3 times. We have 3 choices for Mischief Makers. It's becoming our next Pikmin, guys.
Hey, look at it. Look at all the explosions.
It's so
look
cute.
at the 2D graphics on the N64.
All that theme music.
It looks good.
It's got to happen. This is the month.
This is the month. The month that happens. But it could also be the month of Goemon, the mystical ninja.
It could be Goemon.
Goemon.
I've never played the first game. I only ever played the sequel. So,
was it the first game on the Game Boy?
So this is the first game on the N64 is what I meant. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
The first game was on arcades, and then it was ported to the Sega Genesis. So speaking of Genesis stuff, we have Sonic Triple Trouble. Sega
on the Game Gear.
On the Game Gear. So yes, this is our first Game Gear game suggestion.
Wow. We need to get some more Sega games on here.
We don't have a huge Sega following. I think most of us are Nintendo.
Okay, I'm gonna start posting Shining Force then.
The Chaos Emeralds.
We already beat. Oh no, not Shining Force, but we did play through.
Crusader.
Yeah,
Fantasy
Crusader of
Star?
Senti, and we played through Gunstar Heroes. So
and
no Fantasy Star?
Not yet.
Oh my goodness.
Not yet. I have suggested Fantasy Star once, I think, maybe. I'm not sure. Oh, and there's Shining Force games too. But yeah,
yeah.
so speaking of the Genesis, we also have this game, a unique roguelike game on the Sega Genesis called Fatal Labyrinth.
Interesting.
This looks really cool. Look at this.
Oh.
I had no idea this
It's,
existed.
it's like a mystery dungeon.
Yeah,
Do I want to
yeah.
know how much the thing costs?
Oh, I bet it's expensive.
Damn it! It looks like one of those obscure games that are like $1.5 million.
Jeff, look it up. Look it up really quick and tell me what you think of it. Tell me what Fatal Labyrinth costs.
Now, if you want it in the box, it's $2 million.
Oh, fuck.
Shopping.
So while you're...
actually, it doesn't look like it's too bad.
No?
No.
Nope. We should be able to get like a boxed copy for like $20, $30.
Oh, wow. So
okay.
people
The
hate
cost of
this
the first
game.
one?
Got it.
Yeah. So it's either not good or it's like seriously is under the radar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This kind of reminds me.
buried
I
next to
played
ET.
a PC game that was really similar to this.
Is it bump attacking? Is this hide glide?
No, I'm sure he's pushing a button.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise, he'd be moving behind him.
No, I see the animation.
Yeah. As he walks around, he
I'd be
regains
will-
HP. Okay, cool.
I'd be willing to give this a try.
I 100% would totally go through this whole game.
Yeah.
So, it picked up an item. So he finds items on the ground too. Okay, this looks cool.
Cool.
Speaking
Must
of
have been
games,
censored, 'cause
Oh, and then you
really
get visibility when you go into the rooms. That's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
yeah. So speaking of stuff that's cool, we have the Legend of Zelda
Ooh.
Majora's
Oh.
Mask.
just in time for the
No, I'm
remake.
gonna like this one though.
This one's been suggested quite a bit by Lance, and I love Zelda. So we haven't had a Zelda game on the list yet. So hey, maybe it's Majora Mask time.
You know, for a challenge, you have to beat this game in 3 days.
Oh shit, Sean. It's a good thing I can reset over and over again. Something that makes me want to reset over and over again. It's
Yeah.
Castlvania.
I'm down for another tough NES one.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I know Season speed runs it, and I've challenged him to let us watch him speed run it live. But it would be fun to play this one and beat it myself for the first time. So, speaking of something else that's fun to play through,
Oh,
The
is
music is so
Pokemon
good.
trading card game.
The music is so
dude,
good.
the music has no right to be as good as it is.
it's so.
Like probably top 3 soundtrack on the Game Boy Color. Honestly,
It's not a amazing game like by any means, but it's still good and it's easy to play. And I liked it. I beat it a while back. I'd be willing to do it one more time.
It's on the
this
NGO.
game actually kind of taught me
Is
to
it?
play Pokemon cards.
Yeah, it's on the NGO.
The NSO, Nintendo Switch Online.
Or, yeah,
It
Nintendo
is.
Switch Online.
Is it? Oh, cool. Okay, cool.
I'm really hoping they would translate the second game. Let's Go Team Rocket.
I
we never
would
got that
like to
one.
play. I've played some of it. I found a translation of it. I will probably play through that one more so than this one because it's harder. And it's also got a lot more cards in it, and there's a lot more nuance to it than the first game. The first game doesn't have as much in the way of like cards that like make effects happen and stuff like that, so speaking of effects that happen, Time Splitters is a cult classic trilogy where you play as I don't know much about this, but you play a bald dude with glasses who goes through time, and every time he goes through different places in time, he has to like take on the identity of a person in that point in history. I don't really know what the objective is and stuff like that or any of it, but it looks like a lot of fun. And it's been a series that I've been wanting to get into for a while. So,
Nice.
How it goes in the first two. Okay, so it's Time Cop. Yeah, perfect. Speaking of something that's also perfect, we got Kirby's Dreamland.
Oh, yes.
This one's short and sweet.
Exactly, super quick. You beat it in an hour or whatever.
And that's playing the hard mode as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Play through the game on hard mode. Beat the game without dying. There you go. There's a challenge.
There you go. 160 clear. Yep.
Yes.
It's fun, just short.
Yeah. Speaking of something that's not super short, but also is a challenge to play, is Wario Land on the Virtual Boy.
Yeah.
So
Get the NSO out for that one, guys.
yeah, this is gonna be your way to play it, is the NSO, unless you have a Virtual Boy like Jeff does.
I still need to get mine fixed though.
Ah, yeah. Well,
Where's Jack Bros?
yeah. Jack Bros win. Come on,
Next month.
next month.
Unless this gets picked, then we can't do Virtual Boy again.
Yeah, sorry, fellas.
All right, spin the wheel.
All right, here
spin
we
the
go.
wheel.
It's time.
I see Mischief Makers is on there twice.
It's on there 3 times because it was seconded
Oh,
a couple
wow.
times.
Is
Oh,
it time?
Yeah,
Mischief
come on.
Maker! It's not
ah,
Mischief
it's
Makers.
not Mr. Makers. It's Pokemon, the trading card game.
Hey, that's a good one though. That's a good
All
one.
right.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Well, we got some really good games
right.
this month. I'm really excited. This was great, guys. We had a really good show. Podcast was great. We're a little over an hour 15 minutes now. Pokemon trading card game, Fire Emblem Path of Radiance, Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. You can play 2 of those games on the NSO, and you can play Rising Revengeance on Steam, I believe, right?
It's on Steam.
I believe
yeah.
so. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So
Yeah.
you guys, we
Been
all
on
have
Steam for a while.
easy ways to get to all these games. I hope that you all get to try them out. We have 2 months to beat Rising Revengeance. You got this month for Pokemon Trading Card Game, July. You have Path of Radiance. You got 3 months to beat it. So you got time. So this is our 3rd quarter game. Yeah, I'm excited to play through all 3 of these. This is great. Pokemon Trading Card Game I may put on the back burner just a little bit because I want to kind of start Rising Revengeance right away, and I want to finish KOTOR before the end of this month. I'm going to do that tomorrow night or maybe tonight. Seasons, you beat Path of Radiance. You'll work on your backlog. Good for you, buddy. Do it. But yes, I'm looking forward to this. Is going to be a good one. So thank you, Silent Owl. Thank you, SD Convoy, for joining us for the show. Our anime for July is going to be Sakamoto Days. If you follow along with the anime of the month. I'm going to start trimming off those other animes that are on there that we're not really watching, like Togen Anki. I'm going to remove that off there. I'm probably going to remove a couple other. The anime is chosen by becoming... You need to ask for permission to be in the anime vote. Just ask me for permission if you want to be a part of it. We just go in and we just deliberate, and determine whether or not we want to watch another one. So yes, there's a test. Yeah, you have to know whether or not, we have to know whether or not you're a weeb to join. But yeah, so there's only 4 of us in there. We just kind of go, is this something that's new that's coming out that we want to watch? But yeah, if you want to join us on that, you can. Just ask me for the tag that'll get you in it, and I'll add you to it.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
I'll throw in, yeah.
You'll throw in. You want to throw in? You want to throw in
I
on
want to throw.
animes?
Look, next month is Ghost in the Shell, new anime based exclusively off the manga.
Okay. Well,
okay.
join us. I'll add you to that option to throw the stuff in because we pick a game. We pick an anime that came out within the last year to the month. So between June to June would have been our choices.
Oh, it can't be brand new. Okay.
It can be brand new. It just has to be within that month. So if it was coming out in July's that month. Now we did that with another anime, Cleavatess, I believe. We were watching it as it was coming out, so the discussion kind of leaked into the next month, so we couldn't like continue to talk about just that anime, which is fine because we still talk about other ones too as it goes. So yeah, because I know some of us are still watching like Hell's Paradise and stuff. So but yeah, that's how you do that. So yeah, thank you once again, everybody. I look forward to this games next month, and I don't think I have any other announcements than that. Happy 2 years podcast.
Happy 2 years. Heck yeah.
All right. As always, I've been Soul. This has been Silent Owl. This has been SD Convoy, and we're have a good night. Peace.
Peace.